Hi guys, it's Claire Matara, and I'm wanting to talk about ayahuasca. It's October 2019, and I'm in the middle of the Amazon area where I've been working with ayahuasca for about 12 years. I want to introduce the plant to you in different ways. It's actually a vine. Here's one of them that's been with me for a while. It's just a slice of the vine. Here's a little pretty picture of a vine, which has actually been painted over. And this is not the ayahuasca that we usually use for drinking. This is more the one that we use for drinking. Okay, this is another piece of the vine. Here you can see how it twists around things, and it's actually a climbing vine that climbs all the way up in the trees. And it flowers once in 10 years, I think. It has to be at least 10 years old, I think, before it flowers. I've only seen it flower once on a very mature vine. Normally we can harvest it at about 3 to 5 years, but people seem to like a very old vine for harvesting. In my personal experience, I haven't found that very crucial. I think the plant is happy to help us whatever way we work with it the best. And it's always working through the heart, of course, because that is how the natural kingdom loves to work with us, through the heart. Because it's so close to God's creation, it's all God's creation, and there is love in every plant and everything. So I got a channeling from ayahuasca in 2006, which was before I came to the South American Amazon. At that time I was in Australia, and I painted this, and I thought it was very strange because it's like a kind of funny plant with an eye in the middle. And at the time I really didn't know what it was. I'd never heard of ayahuasca at that time. I was just channeling, and being an artist I channeled a lot of my stuff. I also worked from nature, copying things from nature. But most of the time I was channeling things, information of angels and different things that suddenly grabbed my attention and came through to me like a kind of internal push where I needed to do this work. And ayahuasca was one of those. But at the time I didn't know what it was, so it became a bit of a process. I came to South America knowing that I had to find soulmates and spirits and things. Everybody thought I was pretty crazy, and I was actually doubting my own sanity as well. But slowly by slowly everything came together, and I managed to buy a house and set up a place where I can work with ayahuasca. And of course ayahuasca is not my only working thing. I work with many different things, depending on what helps people the best and depending on what's indicated at the time. So ayahuasca is not to me the end-all and be-all of sanation. Having a bit of a storm going on outside, and the curtains are blowing around, which changes the light source. Alright, so here is a bit of brewed ayahuasca. This is pretty, it's pretty strong. We cook it for about 6 to 8 hours, and then we put chacruna in it. Some people put the chacruna in straight away, which is another leaf. I don't have photos of it here. But these two leaves together, the vine and the leaf of chacruna or wambisa, those get combined, and also sometimes a little bit with tobacco. The tobacco keeps it a little bit active. It activates more than the ayahuasca and the chacruna by themselves would. Alright, that takes, so I don't have a big enough pot to put everything in one go. I'm usually using, I don't have the photo here, but I usually use a fairly large pot and cook it for about 6 hours with ayahuasca. Then we take the ayahuasca out, the vine, which has been bashed up and shredded, and so we boil it for that time. And after that we take it out and put the chacruna in. So some people put it all together. Everyone has their own recipe. Everyone has their own little additives or their own prayers, their own songs that go with it. So it's a brew. You know, you have to work on it for a while, and then when it's ready with the chacruna, we do another 4 hours or something like that, and then after that we take all the leaves out and start to condense it slowly, slowly, slowly until it becomes a little bit of a syrupy black kind of substance, which you can pour into tiny little shot glasses, very tiny, and we give people a very tiny amount, which has a strong effect anyway, but depending on the person, because different people have different reactions. Some people can have a very strong reaction, other people can have a very small reaction or no reaction at all, and they can start blaming the ayahuasca or the brew or the shaman, but sometimes it is not that. It can be, but it doesn't have to be the source of them not having an effect. Sometimes it has to do with their nerves being coated over with marijuana resins, which stop people from perceiving the ayahuasca energies. So talking a little bit about the plant's energies, which every plant has got their own spirit with them, and ayahuasca is a very strong spirit that you can actually build up a relationship with, especially as you cook your own and work with your own ayahuasca. And chacruna also, but not as powerful as ayahuasca by themselves. Many people who work with ayahuasca for a long time and work with different plants will do a dieta, which means you're actually taking small amounts of this particular plant in crude form or in very simple form, and you actually have a regimen of eating only certain things, which is usually a very bland diet, very non-stimulating, and that makes you open to receive the plant spirit more and more, and get the plant spirit actually will give you songs and will give you insights, this is why it's called a teacher plant. So plants who do that have a kind of a teaching function and will show us things about the natural world and about our place in the natural world and how we can best work with it. Thank you for watching.